Guys, before we get going, you know what we got to do? We got to give a huge shout out to our Patreon subscribers. Thank you to Tony, Starla, Luke, Jacob, Jeff, Adam, Chuck, Justin, Brian, Dusty, and Alpha 80 Swag. Thank you guys so much for your continued support. And listen, if you want to help support this silly little show that Luke and I do, go to patreon.com/AITDpod to find out more info, different tiers, different content, everything that you guys get from us a little bit more. If you'd like to help support the show, go and check that one out. Also, the Discord, like we talk about, guys, the Discord is always hopping. It's been some fun stuff going on in there recently. Brought back #CockTax for those that don't know. You send a picture of any roosters that are out there on your route. It's it started with the Roostergate episode, and it took a really took a mind of its own. Really did. Really ran away with that one. But guys, episode 191. We are recording on Friday, March 13th right now. Friday the 13th. And also, we know what happened 6 years ago on this day? The world, the U.S. shut down because of COVID. It shut down because of God.
Oh God.
I'm gonna have to Lysol these earphones. I think I felt that COVID come through the microphone. Luke, you okay over there?
I'm sorry. I as luck would have it, on the anniversary of COVID-19, I'm sick and I have a virus of some sort. So
if this was 6 years ago, people would be freaking out if you cough like that around them.
Oh, dude, I was coughing so much today. We'll get into it, but I'll just say this because I know we're in the intro. I coughed so much today outside, knowing that this was the anniversary. All I could think about was like, dude, there would be people turning their backs to me and sprinting right now if this was 6 years ago. But anyways, you keep going.
Yes. Guys, 6 years ago, right? COVID shut down the U.S. and the world. So we're going to reminisce on that a little bit and bring us back to times, and good times, of course, because what a time to be alive. The COVID shutdown anniversary. Also, for those that don't know, we actually do not qualify for no tax on overtime, so we'll get into that a little bit more. Also, our favorite COVID stories, looking back inside the hubs during COVID. That was fun. You remember no PCMs? That was a great time. Also, the buyout got extended. Who'd have thought? Obviously they didn't get enough. So guess what we'll be talking about? Some more fucking buyout stuff. Also, does that mean another buyout coming? Maybe. Also, the doorstep dilemmas as well. We got one that we're going to mention here at the end of the show. Episode 191. I'm ready. Luke, I know you're ready, as sick as can be. And everybody else, I hope you guys are ready. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Here we go. We got to this one address. I said, this one goes around back. He went around back, drove off, left them right at the stop.
That was after getting hit by a car.
You've gotten hit by a car?
I ended up drinking 24 Bud Lights in about 48 minutes. Drunken nomad stumbles out in the road and he hit me going 30 miles an hour.
What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining us on another episode of All in the Delivery. This is episode 191. Almost there. I can taste it.
We're into single digits now.
Woo,
count
boy.
Down.
Craziness. And in 2 weeks, we're going to be together with a couple listeners as well out there in the Harrisburg, Pennsylvania area. So like we said, if you want to come hang out, if you live close, you want to drive, come hang out with the boys. Come hang out with All in the Delivery, guys. We're going to be in that area at the end of March, last weekend of March 28th. So, guys, thank you for joining us on this episode here. Let's hear about how our weeks were, shall we? Going across the screen to my co-host down in Westburg, Virginia.
Fuck.
Luke, come here and let me see you. How are you, buddy?
Well, I mean, by the sound of like the intro, I'm not feeling physically bad. I'm glad that I have this now, and this isn't like 2 weeks from now, and
Mhm.
I would be really like feeling like an asshole to just be like, "Hey, I'm showing up sick, and it's fucking been ran through my house." But yeah, I caught the end of what Willow and Ashley had, and as we were on the phone, this week, and you'd said it always sucks to be the last one to get it, and I mean, it hit my family hard because my mother-in-law, father-in-law, and my sister-in-law, all three of them,
Oh God.
they all got sick as well. I mean, it fucking kicked our asses, and I'm still like the work week wasn't bad, dude. Daylight savings, clocks moving forward. Had 2 11-hour days, so it was nice to deliver and still have daylight for just about all that. Um, it wasn't bad. Just is like it was a standard week, and I
Mhm.
will say though that I I was hugging my phone waiting for a phone call today and yesterday because I've not felt that great. I didn't want to take a sick day because as this gets released, it'll be the week up, but my nephew is in the state tournament in basketball. His team is, and they are. So might be using a PTO day to check out them and to make it to the path of the state championship. Spoiler alert for my management team if you hear this when this comes out. But you like you like that? I got 7 of them. They won't care. But I
Fuck.
so I didn't want to take a day. I felt like I was good enough to work, but I definitely wasn't feeling great. So yeah, it was like I just missed because I would come in and there would be like somebody like right above me, not in, and be like, oh, it went to them, and it was like just missed me, dude. I was like right on the outs, and but now that the week's done and to work a full week, as you know, when you take the over days as you guys call them up your way, it's like it's always nice and it's worth the
yeah.
time. It's worth the time. The only negative of it is when you get your check the following week. And that's still worth taking the day because the time you get at home is well worth it. That's the only thing I was like, well, worked a full week. I won't have to look at my check next week. Be like, oh man, yeah, I'm a little short. So I was like, yeah, whatever. But yeah, it wasn't a bad week. Just needing to kick this fucking sickness is all. But
Yeah.
I'll be all right.
Yeah, I think we talked about it last week too. The sicknesses going around my house. I think it passed finally through both my kids. Xander only threw up that one night. I mentioned that. I mentioned
Yeah,
that story, and that was it. That's all. I don't know. Something just didn't agree with him, maybe. But he never got sick. He never got the cough like Grant had, the mucus, all of that. He didn't get any of that. Knock on wood. I don't have any of that. My wife's got just bad allergies since our second kid. Like since we had Grant. Like her allergies now have it affected her allergies. It's crazy how it affects, the woman's body after
I
giving
know,
birth
dude.
and
It is
certain
so
things
weird.
change. It's wild. So my wife now has all of a sudden bad allergies since our second child. And spring's been popping up now. So everything is just like poof, 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 and
Mhm.
shit. So she's dealing with that. She's not sick. It's just like allergies. Like she's like, I can't breathe out my
Yeah,
nose.
dude,
And
and it sucks because when
yeah,
I have them bad, and you sneeze all the time, you feel like shit. You're not sick, but you still feel
right,
like shit because you can't
right.
breathe right, and you're sneezing
Yep.
constantly. Your eyes are all puffy. Yeah, it fucking
Hell yeah.
sucks.
Yeah. So she's dealing with that. Me, I am just scaving by like I did the entire time during COVID, not
My
getting sick.
goodness, how
And
how's it been, dude? I swear, now that it's the anniversary, I know we've
yes,
mentioned this a little bit before, but let's bring this up again. That I still like Grant was. I mean, but your kids
one,
were, yeah, dude. So Grant was a
maybe
newborn,
not even.
yeah,
Maybe been like 8
and
months.
So you're like, I always told people, like, when I knew that, I said, and I never wanted to say that this was never, I don't like to say that it's not serious. People do, but I've always said, like, people die from the flu as well. And when I had the flu, dude, I did think I was going to die. I swear, I've never been more sick in my life. COVID, it wasn't that bad for me, but
Yeah.
I always laughed because I had told people, I'm like, dude, Dave had his youngest son, who's a baby, just fucking
My entire family.
like drooling on him, and just COVID balls everywhere, and dude just doesn't get it, and that, like, and just to know, with, like, I'll just tell a quick story here of, wasn't me, this was a fellow driver in my building. I don't think he listens to the podcast, but if you do, shout out to you, Toby. Good dude. But his wife is a principal at the middle school of the area they live in. And she got COVID, public school. It was coming. And
Yeah.
she had got COVID, and this was like pretty early on in it. And dude, I would have to ask him, because I don't want to say the exact number because I'm not 100% sure. But dude, I know that, like, UPS, they just kept calling his ass and kept making him take test after test after test. It was like, oh, you're going to get it sometime, like, kind of thing, because everybody was so freaking out then because they didn't want him to fucking have it and then bring it into the building. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And after he took, like, I'll just say unofficial number of about 15 fucking tests, or like a week later or something, he finally fucking got it. But then there's you, dude, just same situation, but didn't get it, dude. Just
somehow
the pundits screaming out there that fuck it, like. But let's just talk about, like, that, like, this time 6 years ago.
Hold on a second. Before we get into all the COVID stuff, I know I had a very smooth transition there, but hold on a second.
Did.
So before we get into the COVID stuff, I just got to talk about my week.
Oh,
quick.
Shit. Yeah, damn.
So
I
know my transition was so good. I'm sorry. I really ruined it going straight into it, but
it was really
it was
good.
pretty clever.
It was.
Thank you.
It was.
Thank you. And so my week, I worked Monday, and then I got the phone call Tuesday. Hey, we got a bunch of overs. You want the day off? Sure, boss. Don't tempt me with a good time. I'll take the day off. It was 75 degrees up here. It was warm. One of the warmest days we had so far this spring, this late winter, early spring. And I was like, yeah, great. I got a lot of stuff done. I cleaned up around the house, all that good stuff, And I got to play baseball with Xander after school and all that, which was, awesome. And because he's going to be starting baseball soon. And so then fast forward Wednesday, I go to work. Thursday, I get the call again. Hey, we got a bunch of overs. You want the day? I said, yeah, make sure I get paid for this one, though. Okay. I can't go 2 days unpaid. So I had to burn a day, and but that was fine. It was raining. I didn't want to be out there. Fuck it. You know what I mean? I'll burn another day. I'll clean up around the house. So let's, some more. My wife's not feeling good. I'll clean up some more, happy wife, happy life. And then today, Friday the 13th, went to work, right? So I've had a fairly easy week, you can say. But I'm very excited this week, and I'll tell people why. And not many people know about this, but now a lot of people are about to know about it. So I'm starting a little side hustle, a little side business on the side. A little side business on the side. Good job, David. A little side business. Sorry, didn't mean to get you over. Didn't mean to get you going. And I'm going to be doing some weekend work, doing mobile detailing. Going to be called, the business is called Warhowski's Mobile Detailing. And yes, you can go find the Instagram and Facebook page and go like if you want and go give it a follow. It'll help me out. Trust me.
Well, I'll fucking
and
yeah, and you got an Instagram
Amazon page? Warhowski's Mobile Detailing.
Okay.
WIRHOWSKI. Warhowski's Mobile Detailing. And I was very excited coming home today because I put in a big order of stuff, just around $1,000 worth of product to purchase to start this business, to get this business going. And so a lot of shit came Amazon. So I had like 4 huge Amazon boxes waiting for me when I got home. So I was unboxing them and getting, and so it's like now seeing all the stuff in front of me just got me even more excited, man. You know what I mean? It just got me more amped up, like getting ready to do it because now it's starting to feel more real. Before it was just an idea, and then now I'm starting to get shit going. So yeah, dude, I'm super excited to start that and get that off the ground and running. And
And
yeah,
I
it's
I'm so glad that we can finally talk about it, dude, because we've been talking about it privately for weeks, dude. And
yeah,
I've been busting at the seams because like I said before we got on, dude, I'm excited for you because the
thank you.
area, the locate, they always say there's a term in business of, and I know this is a mobile detailing business, so you're not necessarily brick and mortar, but you always hear the term location, location, location.
Location.
Dude, I just
Yeah.
feel like in the radius, I know how you work and I know how you can I know what you're driven on doing, dude. I truly think you're going to have great success with this. And I do.
Thank
I'm
you.
so glad we can finally fucking mention it now cuz I've been wanting to talk about it cuz it's going to be this is just another thing of what I actually want to shout out a driver on TikTok, and I fucking wish we follow each other. He follows the podcast page, and we follow him, but I cannot think of the dude's name offhand. But he was basically bringing up the buyout stuff and
Mhm.
was talking about. I don't think he's not taking it. I don't believe, but he was talking about just people that would want to he was basically saying, like, of people that are investing in something in themselves. Like, he was basically saying, like, if, like, there's more ways to make money outside of UPS. Now, we obviously
Mhm.
know, as far as this buyout goes, that you're staying at UPS as well. So, like you said, side hustle. But you are doing something like this is something that could essentially be I'll just say it, dude. I know this is just getting off the ground, but
Yep.
it could be an early retirement thing, dude. Like think of Al, the fucking guy that makes, Al that makes shout out to you, Al, out in the West Coast that makes hats and does all of his shit. Dude, he's still
Yeah.
doing his shit. He
Yeah.
retired. I mean, I think he got close to maxing out, but he retired at like 50. And I'm
Right.
just saying, dude, you
Yeah.
fucking
And like
the
that's the thing though, is and I mean, I'm gonna be raw real quick with everybody. So like, my dad, if you've listened, my dad has retired from UPS 30 years in, 55 years old, got out after 30 years, 55. And there was obviously times with me growing up where my dad couldn't be to certain games and certain after school stuff, right? Yes, I was homeschooled, but yes, I did participate in sports in the local town. But so like there was things that there was things that he wasn't able to be at. And when I took this job, it was obviously before I had kids, before I was even married. But I knew I wanted to have kids. And having kids now that participate in after school activities, Xander's basketball just ended, Grant's basketball just ended. So I had both boys playing basketball. And Xander's getting ready to start baseball, like I was just talking about at the top here. So and I didn't think it would be so hard to miss their games. I was like, "Oh, no," like, "Yeah, no, it'll be fine." Like, "Yeah, my dad did it." Like, yeah, like, it would be fine, you know? But dude, and I know if you're a parent and you do this job, it fucking sucks, and it really fucking sucks missing those after school activities. And this doing this car detailing thing, doing this mobile detailing thing that I'm going to start doing, if it becomes successful and I can build up enough clientele, to replace my income from UPS, I'm out, dude. Like, and because then I'll be my own boss. I can make my own hours to where I can be to my kids after school sports, after school activities, plays, whatever it is. And I can always be there. Like, I know that's crazy. Listen, I'm not taking this buyout right now. I'm not taking this one. So, I'm still around for now. But it's the future, and we've talked about it. The future of this place is very uncertain. UPS will be fine. We know that, right? But with everything going on, who the fuck knows? And
It's true.
but besides that fact, it's more about being with my family, being able to make my own hours, not being out on the truck filling up at the gas station at 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. Like, I should not be there that late. Like, and so I know a lot of people, I think, did you just say before, talking about how this is like the end all be all? Did I hear you say that?
I don't know if I directly had said that, but that man had mentioned in that TikTok video, that man also had mentioned that and he was kind of talking about people that they've got like 40 years in and won't retire kind of thing because they haven't. They say they haven't made enough money or something along the line. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. Yeah, I don't. I'll have to figure out.
I gotcha. And I think we talked about it. We probably said it on an episode somewhere about how management, how they want us to think that this place is the end all be all for us.
Yes.
And, all pun intended here, I'm thinking outside of the box. like that's, and it really, guys, it really is not the end all be all. It's just a job. Yes, obviously great benefits. Yes, obviously great pay. But your body takes a fucking toll. I'll tell you that. I feel that shit. And also it takes a toll on your family too, man. Because, your spouse is home with the kids late night, taking care of dinners, taking care of cleaning up, taking care of a bath time, taking care of putting them to bed on certain nights when we're not able to be there, and yeah, dude. So it fucking sucks. And I'm really starting to that's really starting to hit me, like missing their games and not being there. And so I'm starting this side hustle in hopes that I can replace my income with UPS and then be able to do mobile detailing full time. Cause there's a place for that. Like, that's a big thing right now. And it's slowly making its way up, in many areas right now, mobile detailing. It's the convenience of someone coming to your house. You don't have to go out. Your car's going to get clean. Inside out, your car's going to get clean. And so, yeah, guys, like I was saying, sorry to ramble there a little bit. But like I was saying, Warehowski Mobile Detailing, go and give a follow.
I feel like I didn't necessarily mean to do it, but I feel like I kind of put you on the spot when I said the early retirement thing. I didn't know if I wasn't.
No, you didn't put me on the spot.
Okay, good. I didn't want to make it think if it felt that way because I obviously knew that, but I didn't know if you wanted to say that all. So, but I'm glad you did because it's the fucking truth, though. And there's another thing to say, like you can be involved and support your union and subdue your shit. Like there's still stuff you can do, but like I said this, Dave has been around not quite as long as me, but he's the son of a driver. He's been around this longer than me. I've been there almost 20 years. anybody, when people let this consume them, rather it's union side or just the job in general or both, to where it affects like people that consume it, that is like trying to fight at every little thing. Now, this isn't everybody, but we all fucking know them. Most of those people are divorced and they don't have a fucking great, I hate to say it, but I'm just being, you said you were going to be raw, dude. I'll be raw too. A lot of them fucking, you know, and not everybody. There's drivers that drive 30 years and stay married and, you know, but dude, it is, to say that it's not a strain is a fucking lie. It's a lie. Like, I enjoy what I do, and I'll just say this real quick to go into it. I enjoy what I do.
Absolutely.
I'm going to stick around, but there's things like Dave said, dude, your body takes a fucking beating. And like, I've got investments and stuff, but I don't have anything like what Dave is doing. I don't have an idea like that. So in my mind, like, I know you're obviously not going anywhere for a while until you could get to where you think the business could be. So, but like for me, I'm still, but everything you said, and I can say it for somebody that's going to stick it out and going to work pretty much till I can't. I mean, not, you know, I don't want to work till I'm 70, but I'm saying like I'd like to max out the pension and shit. I would max out the pension and do all that shit, I think, at 56 or 57. But dude, your body does take a fucking beating, and there is a lot of uncertainty with how this company will be ran. With I think we'll still I think we'll still have a contract in 2028, but man, who the fuck knows
what it looks
after
like?
that? Yeah, or what it even looks like, dude. I mean, yeah. So I just wanted to say, as somebody that's going to stick to it, everything you said is spot fucking on, though. It is like, and I mean that's the thing. There's a balance with this job that, if you can find that to where, you know, you just do, and that's all I try to do. I fucking work, you know, they don't really fuck with me. I don't fuck with them, kind of thing, to be honest. I've got it pretty good on my route because I'm close. I'll come dump my shit because it's like stuff for me. I would rather do it. I don't look at it as a favor to them, like kissing, like an ass kissing, but it's just convenient for me because I don't want to fucking wait on somebody. And I'm going to get just as much time to go back to the building and dump my shit off and go back out. That does them a favor because that's one less thing they got to fucking worry about. And so, you know, get along, play along. I don't know. But if you got to fucking stand up for yourself, obviously stand up for yourself. And if you got to file a grievance, file a grievance. But
that's it.
If you let it consume you, just saying.
Yeah.
Just like a lot of people consumed COVID-19.
There you go. Back on track. Back on track. Oh, God, there we go again.
Every time I laugh, dude.
Let me Lysol my earbuds quick here. Let me Lysol my headphones. I can feel it over here coming through the microphone.
So, fucking
COVID.
I wanted where I was about to go before when we originally sidetracked the first time. This time 6 years ago, this was like the 14-day to flatten the curve.
God,
so think
that.
about it, dude. At this time 6 years ago, like, we're basically like, oh, okay, everybody's going to stay in for 2 weeks and it's just going to pass and then we're just going to be back to normal.
Yeah.
Dude. Like,
what was normal?
I'll say the only thing that was crazy about the 14-day to flatten the curve part, and I guess it would depend on what part of the country or the world, depending on where you listen to this at. Shout out to our UK drivers. And I guess depending on, like, for me, I wasn't on the route that I'm on now. I basically got on my route. So I've been on my route for 6 years now because it was March, or it was like April, whenever they put us on officially. So the 14-day to flatten the curve part was my last like 2 weeks of delivering on the campus, which always was fucking hysterical with traffic, 40,000 students running around. It was always fucking chaos. And dude, I remember just like we brought you up, use the example of I Am Legend with the Will Smith movie last week. Dude,
That's what the streets look like.
I just was running through stoplights. Like, dude, there was nobody. I mean, I wasn't running stoplights. I'm saying they were green.
Allegedly.
I wasn't running. I was passing through green lights. Sorry. But I'm doing it in a spot where it would normally take me like fucking 20 minutes to get.
That's
I mean, I'm just breezing on through because there isn't a soul out there, man. And that was amazing.
I remember that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude, I remember that too because the route I was on, I used to deliver to a place called the Mohonk Mountain House. And that place would always be hopping. People always be walking around. People staying at the hotel up there, at the resort. Nothing. Fucking ghost town, bro. Absolute just ghost town up there. And I was like, holy shit, this is wild. Only one person working receiving. Only one person working like inside somewhere. Like there was like no employees working, dude. Wild times. Absolute wild times. Like this is the shit like our kids are going to be learning about like in school growing up. This would be in history books.
Well, it's funny like now because there's so much shit that got so bent out of shape. I mean, of all things, I feel like with everything, it became so political. But
of course,
like there's shit that we know now that it's like, dude, and I feel like these people still would not admit they're wrong on shit. Like, dude, ivermectin actually worked and was used all over the world except here because of the vaccine push and all that shit. And they were calling it horse paste. And people like there's an animal use for it too, but there's a medical use for ivermectin. And they were making people out like they were fucking psychopaths that wouldn't get like, dude, I'll tell you another thing that drives me crazy is every vaccination. I'm sorry if this pisses off people that are still sensitive about this, but you got to let it go. Every vaccination, every single vaccination has led to having a small percentage of people that have adverse bad reactions and or die from it. Every fucking one of them. So it always will annoy the fuck out of me that and dude, both of us are vaccinated. We both got it. So we're saying this as well, you can say we both fucking got both because what'd you have? Pfizer? Did you have Pfizer? Or Moderna? Okay. So you had the 2-shot one. Moderna was a 2-shot one, right? You had to get the first shot, then get a second one, or
yeah.
Okay, so I had Pfizer, so I had to get the 2-shot one too. And dude,
and then I got one booster.
I didn't get a booster. I was over. When I got the second one, I was so pissed off that I'd even got it because I had gotten fucking because of my grandmother. That's how they used me. My aunt, sorry, Aunt Betsy, I'd hate to call you out, but that's how she strong-armed me because my grandmother was still living and we were watching, like, she needed people to stay with her. Then she does. Yeah, I hope she does.
What's up, Aunt Betsy?
I hope she does listen to this because this part right here, she is a retired nurse practitioner, very, very, very intelligent woman.
Woo.
And, you know, and I'm not saying that this was her, but she was on the side of, you know, being, you know, obviously with being on the vaccine side, but like I said, with polio vaccination, every fucking vaccine that's out that's been around for a while, small percentage, something always happened, and not a big percentage, but just say of something that got rolled out more than any other vaccine in the history of our fucking existence. States were having lotteries to get people to get vaccinated to win fucking money. And dude, like they were pushing this shit out to everybody. So you really want to sit there and try to tell me that you don't think a couple 100,000 people could die from this? when some dude,
And how
the
quick they rolled
fucking
it out.
people had
Oh, yeah.
the fucking cardiac shit with young athletes fucking spiked
Yeah.
crazy high. And it's
Yeah.
dude, is that you're gonna say that's a fucking coincidence? I mean, it's whatever. I'm not telling people I'm not anti-vax. I've gotten all my fucking vaccinations. I don't get the flu shot though. And that's why I'm pissed off that I got the fucking COVID vaccine.
Somebody gets hit by a car, died from COVID vaccine.
Yeah, dude. There was a guy there. I'm glad you actually brought that up, dude. A fucking police officer that fucking fell off of a roof and broke his neck and died, but was positive for COVID. On the fucking death certificate he died from fucking COVID. So, the shit that you broke your fucking neck, you had a cold, man. And I don't fucking we can say this shit now because a lot of this information is out there, and they fucked with us bad. And I dude, it fucked up so much shit. It absolutely became dude. And I mean, I would wear a mask when work wise. After a while,
when nobody knew what the fuck was going on.
Yeah. And then after a while, I was just over it. I was like, I get the barrier on your face, but dude, these things don't they're not yeah, dude. It's just I don't know, man.
Let's talk about what it was like in the hubs, in the centers, dude. I mentioned it at the top. No PCMs. They stopped doing PCMs. As soon as you come in, they didn't want anybody gathering. They wanted everybody to go straight to their trucks and just stay away from everybody.
Which was incredible.
Absolutely.
We never had to listen to any fun, safety bullshit or fucking wellness stuff.
Talks were so much easier then.
Yeah. They were just just get the fuck out. Just get out there. Just get out there and fucking go.
Right. They didn't care what time start time was. They were just sending you. Send it.
Dude.
Send it. Go.
I mean, I know that I'd mentioned it on Richard Hooker Jr.'s episode when we had him on, but my center manager at the time, he just straight up said, guys, just file 9-5 grievances and we'll pay them. And that's, we're going to be fucking screwed for a while. And that was pretty much, dude, that was I swear to God, for 3 months, they were handing out grievance checks. Dude, I'm talking, you know how you have to sign a paper to initial something when somebody gets in an accident and then they'll make you initial something the next day, how they're handing the papers out to everybody. Dude, they were just doing that with grievance checks, just not 5 grievance checks, just fucking handing them out, just like Oprah, here you go, you get a check, every fucking dude. It was the craziest time hours work-wise I've ever fucking.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
You remember too, didn't they tell people that all the centers were going to be cleaned weekly, and they were going to spray the inside. They were going to spray the inside of the package cars. You remember this? They were going to clean and spray the inside of the package cars. I mean, am I the only one that didn't see anybody come into your hub and clean anything?
I mean, I told you the only time when they came to clean our stuff is when one of our drivers whistle blew on nobody wearing a mask in the building. And he threw everybody under the bus, drivers, supervisors, but we had people come in and clean in. But I got to mention this because when Brad had that fucking feeder driver and they sprayed that thing out and cleaned it in hazmat suits. Suits. Yeah, dude, straight hazmat suits fucking
it's gonna
coming
get on
out
your
there.
Clothes.
Like we're watching the movie Outbreak, dude, and they're dealing with fucking, whatever that shit was. You know what, though? Outbreak, that was also a man-made virus. A lot more serious, but yeah, that was a human-made virus, just like fucking COVID was.
God, dude,
dude,
what a time! What a time that was, dude. That shit was wild.
I will never like it. It's crazy that, dude, to this day, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm not insensitive to it. I've had my neighbor who is a friend of mine, she lost her husband to it, man, and he was younger than me. It was like, I know that it took people, and I never wanted to be, but just like the shit that of how it came and was presented and the way that people reacted to this day. And it's not that often anymore, but I swear I will still see people wearing a mask on driving a car by themselves with the window up. I still see it, dude. And dude, I remember when I used to look, there were two things that drove me crazy. That, and then see people that would not wear a mask but would wear the face shield that was open. Like you were doing like a chemistry experiment or something. You just put down the fucking plastic shield. I'm like, dude, that your fucking neck and chin are wide open. Why do you even wear this thing? Just don't wear shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And
can I play the other side here? Because about the mask wearing in the car, okay? I mean, maybe that person is sick already and they don't want to get anybody else sick. And they're being, real nice to others because they don't want to get anybody else sick. Maybe.
Dude, if you're driving 45 miles per hour and your windows are rolled up, I'm feeling pretty confident I'm not catching I'm just saying, man.
If the speed limit's 50 and you're going 45 with your windows up wearing a mask alone in a car, you probably
I'm just saying, dude, if they got COVID, I'm not worried about getting it if I'm passing them in the other lane.
Oh my God, I got so much stuff I want to say about it. Yeah. Probably driving like never mind.
Oh, God,
yeah. Let's
just cut it. Cut the cord.
I'll be driving a Honda Fit just like me.
Oh shit. But I always said it was crazy seeing once people because there for a while it went from do you know anybody that actually has COVID? Like nobody you knew had it because it was so that people started getting it. And I feel like once people, the more people got it and, overall were fine. And they're like, it was so funny seeing to where it was like, there was a time when people would stop you in the middle of the street or on the sidewalk and just say, drop the box and go. Like they didn't want to come near you. They didn't want to fucking touch you. And then I always said, I've told this story a few times on here, but it's like that woman in that breezeway that didn't have a mask on or anything. And she's just laughing, having a good old time walking right up to me. He's like, I don't want to get too close to you. I've got COVID. And I'm just like, dude, it's so that will always, those were the two extremes that I will always measure of how, and that was a couple years in, but yeah, like it was, but that was when it got
it's blowing right towards you.
Yeah. Breezeway. Like I'm in a narrow. Yeah, I'm in a breezeway, just narrow fucking corridors, just COVID balls fucking flying right at my face. But that probably was when it was the most entertaining of people arguing.
Yeah, dude. Good times, man. 6-year anniversary of the
years.
COVID shutting down the fucking U.S.
I'm so glad I'm sick on it, man. It makes me happy to be fucking sick on COVID and COVID
first time I got COVID was last year, bud.
I know,
on a fucking subway to the Mets game.
By the time you got it, by the time you had it, nobody gave a fuck. They were just no one gave a shit. They were like, I got COVID. We're going to the Mets game. Fuck these people.
Boss is like, go to work. Come on in. You got COVID. Fuck it. No, that didn't happen. But the boss part didn't happen. But yeah, no, I got COVID from probably that's packed subway that I was on going to the Mets game. Anyways, what a time, man.
I will say this before we move on. There's one last grievance I've got to fucking air with COVID here
Very well,
locally.
keeping it Teamster UPS related. Good job.
I just want to say this. I know it's not the end of your life, but it's a special time in your life. I played high school football. I enjoyed high school football. I don't fucking live and drink like live my glory days and watch old fucking highlights. I don't do any of that shit. But dude, I carry stuff that I learned from fucking football to this day. And I will till I'm fucking gone. And that year they were shutting, like, if there was so many cases within the county, they weren't allowed to play. They would have to forfeit games. They weren't allowed to play. Now, I'm not talking in the fucking schools. I'm saying just in the county. Like where I'm at, in our county, if they were playing another team in, where the fuck ever, we'll say Tucker County, and they fucking, like, their COVID numbers.
Right.
Their COVID numbers were high. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but West Virginia, WVU played
active
Virginia
COVID
Tech.
and shit.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But at these high school games, like, the crowds aren't that fucking big. I mean, we have a couple schools here, bigger schools, that there would be some decent crowds. And when I say, like, but the biggest crowd would probably be 3,000-4,000 people, which I know at that time would seem like a lot, but it didn't fucking matter when WVU played Virginia Tech and renewed the rivalry, and fucking 70,000 people were coming to that stadium and about another 50,000 outside of the stadium. They didn't fucking, dude, Mon County had fucking, their COVID numbers were higher than any fucking county in the state, but they let that fucking go.
Of course.
And that, dude, that always pissed me off. I'm like, so it's, if there's a lot of revenue to be made, you'll do it. But when it fucks over these kids that probably won't ever play again, like, fuck you people. And that's it. That was my final one. I wanted to make sure to throw that out there. Whoever was involved with that, I doubt you'll hear this, but if you do, go fuck yourself.
Hell yeah.
Now I'm done with
you know what else says go fuck yourself? No tax on OT for us. We might as well all go fuck ourselves.
Yeah. Let's.
I know this was. Yes. Yeah, I know.
Good transition in. We're fucking transitioning this episode, dude. We got some fucking
buzzing
good
right now.
Yeah.
This was. I'm gonna read this. This was put out earlier this week, back on March 10th. Update on overtime tax deduction. This is to all UPS local unions from John Sawyer, Package Division Coordinator. Whatever that is. We have coordinating something. It says the Teamsters Package Division has received questions from members about the no tax on overtime provision included in the One Big Beautiful Bill that was passed last year, including whether Package Division members are impacted by the legislation. The bill created a tax deduction allowing workers to deduct $12,500 for single households or $25,000 if you're married of qualified overtime pay from their taxes. However, when Congress drafted the provision, it based the deduction off of the only definition of overtime which exists in federal law. The definition under the Fair Labor Standards Act, FLSA, guarantees time and a half for most hourly workers. Many employees, particularly in the transportation industry, are exempt from FLSA overtime. For example, all rail and aviation employees are exempt and will not receive the deduction. This is also true for the Package Division. Section 13B1 of the FLSA, also known as the Motor Carrier Exemption, exempts the following employees from FLSA overtime. Employees of a motor carrier who are drivers, driver's helpers, loaders, or mechanics whose duties affect the safety of operation of motor vehicles and transportation on public highways in interstate or foreign commerce. The Package Division is aware of a persistent rumor that members are not covered because they have a collective bargaining agreement. This is not true nor a determining factor. The exemption is a direct result of the FLSA overtime definition. While the division cannot provide individual tax advice, members are strongly encouraged not to file any returns improperly claiming the overtime benefit, which a lot of us already did. The Teamsters Union is continuing to push for new legislation that would extend the overtime tax deduction to all workers who overtime is not governed by the FLSA, including package division members. We are pushing Congress to pass H.R. 5475, the No Tax on Overtime for All Workers Act. We are continuing to work with lawmakers from both parties to correct the exclusion and ensure that all hourly workers receive the tax relief they need. Our members deserve the same recognition and tax benefits as other workers. We will keep fighting for the rights of all Teamsters at the state and federal levels.
You know, you want to know what their members deserved? To not get that letter in fucking March.
Like, fucking right, dude.
Send that shit at the beginning of the year, dude. It's 2 months into fucking tax season.
As soon as that bill was passed.
Dude, right?
As soon as that bill was passed.
You send that
just
shit
so you know,
when
this
you're...
does not abide to you guys, or you guys do not abide to this. Like, you guys don't go by this. This is
You're more than halfway through tax season and you send that shit.
I know.
Like,
major fail.
Yeah, dude.
Like, fuck.
Like, oh, by the way, yeah, here, probably fucking 80% of you probably filed your taxes. Sorry.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah, so if you already have, and if you haven't seen that letter yet, make sure you chat with your CPA, your accountant, whoever you're doing the taxes through, because you don't want the IRS coming after you.
No, fuck, dude. I already talked to mine. She said that it was, she was going to file an exempt, and she told me I wouldn't have to, because I was like, the whole time with that, I was thinking, like, if it capped at 12.5, like, I was thinking, dude, I had a shit ton of overtime hours last year, so I just assumed that it capped at that, but it did not. So I don't have to pay them back as much as I thought if I have to. So that made me, at least, that took the sting out of it. But yeah, way to fucking drop the ball with sending that shit in March.
They sure did. I mean, Teamsters, UPS.
They were so worried about the buyouts. Yeah, dude. They're so worried about the buyouts. They're just like, oh, wait, man, should we tell them about their fuck these guys. They're girls.
Everybody's dropping the ball.
Yeah, everybody. We got the buyouts are being extended because their numbers, like, just everything's dropping. Nothing is going.
Crazy though. It was only by like a few days.
I know.
I'm trying to remember how long the last one did. The last one got extended a couple weeks, did it not?
Yeah, this one literally went from the 12th to the 15th. So right before this gets released. So as we record tonight, there's 2 more days. But by the time this gets released, unless they re-extend it, which they fucking may, because 3 days seems a little, Unless they're, I don't know, man. Unless they, I feel like if you offer more time, they would get more people. I don't know. They probably have somebody that doesn't know shit about shit that said if you pressure
100%.
people, it'll make them, if you pressure people, it'll make them choose faster. But these are also the same people that want to reduce deliveries of a delivery company. And I don't know, man.
What? Not do our job?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, we're not gonna provide delivery service, even though that's what we fucking do. Anyway.
Who'd have thought?
God, man.
Buyouts getting extended does that mean they did not reach the number they were looking for? That is the question.
I don't know, like, they will have to, we'll have to see, like, how this we'll have to see how 2026 rolls out in its entirety. I know we're about 3 months in, being in March now, but they would probably have more success with this if they really do. I don't know, man. The volume we have, I'm still working a good bit. There's a lot of people in my building still working a lot. I feel, I think that it's not that the work's not there. I think they're just going in this direction to try to squeeze people out. But it'll be time, I think, next year as we've said before, and I don't want to keep repeating ourselves because we've said it on so many episodes with the buyouts, but I think there will be one next year and the year after that. And
If they extended it like
if
they
they
just did, and which means that they probably there's only one reason to extend it.
yeah,
Because you didn't get the number you were looking for to sign up. So if they
yeah.
didn't get the number, there might be a second one coming.
Fuck, this would be a third one, man. This is the
Yeah,
second one now.
True. There'll
But
be a third one coming, and probably would up the ante again.
if I think of the members, like, but for them, I don't know. I don't want to play devil's advocate because if they would do it, I think their most effective way would be 2027, because then people will see what they. I think this is going to be literally like a game of chicken. I swear, dude, because I think, we'd heard, and we released that Patreon episode a couple weeks ago with with the sales team getting restructured and stuff, and we know that they were wanting to get some stuff, but where everybody's getting the messages about sales leads, like they're trying to get volume. On the surface level, we can see it. They're trying to get volume back right now, and it's like.
That second quarter's not looking great.
Yeah, in the second earnings quarter, then that's what this whole thing's always about with them. They don't give a shit about us.
Of course it is.
It's about the fucking shareholders, man.
Yep.
And that's
Fill
what
those
I'm
pockets.
saying. Like, these people are supposed to be smart. It's like, dude, to shout and give us fucking Bruce Willis in Armageddon. He said, "You guys are NASA. You're supposed to be smart. You should have people around here just sitting somewhere thinking shit up." It's like, we're a fucking multi-billion-dollar company. Who makes these? Like, it seems like they didn't even have a plan. It's like, oh, we're going to say for a year straight that we're going to cut back, and then once we see shit's not looking great, we want you to try to get some volume. Like, we want to get volume back now. Like, what the fuck, man? I feel like this has been.
Orion was a waste.
Orion was $100 million just set on fire waste. Don't hear shit about Orion anymore.
These new dyads were a waste.
I don't know, dude. I feel like we've been really negative this episode. I guess it was fitting because with it being the anniversary of COVID fucking lockdown. So,
it's just I've said it before, and I've said it to people. Like, when I go to write those parody Christmas songs, the first sentence, I'm like, I'm going to write positive. And then when I start writing, I can't.
Dude,
it is something about this place that is so negative.
It's like a UPS comment section, dude.
Always negative.
You want to go into that comment section and try to brighten people's days, you're going to find it out real fucking quick.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to start doing that one day. One day I'm going to be like, everybody in here just needs to have a great day. It just start pissing people off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There would be heads exploding.
There would be heads exploding. All right, let's get into this one. We got one here. One. Love it. Thank you so much for that sound effect. You know who you are. Doorstep dilemmas. Here we go. Doorstep dilemma. We got one. And we're going to read it here, Luke. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Would you rather have a broken bulkhead door and have to go around the back to get everything, or have a package car where the ceiling over the driver's seat leaks rain on you all day? This commenter says, both has happened to me. So, would you rather the bulkhead door be broken and you got to deliver out your rear door, or would you rather have a leak in the cab right over top of the driver's seat, leaking on you all day long?
Well, I can say from experience that I've dealt with a broken bulkhead door as well, but I just ripped the fucking thing completely off and put it in the back. And Yeah, and I was like, I'd fucking called because telematics was pretty new then, and I was like, hey, it's going to say my bulkhead door's open all day. I fucking tore it off. And
why is it open? It's not there.
It's just not there. Yeah, it's like, dude, it kept fucking sticking. It kept sticking, and it would not. And it that fucking like I took the thing. I've ripped it completely fucking off and just set
like
it.
Picture like the
it was
Hulk.
right underneath. It was underneath the 800. It was underneath the 8,000 shelf all day.
That's unreal.
So I'd much rather deal with that than the rain. You can't rip the rain off and stick it under the 8,000 shelf.
True. I'm delivering out the back door all day long. I don't care. 100%. Got to go with the back door. I don't want to be wet. Ugh. But thank you for sending that one in. Whew. All right, dude. I think that one's gonna wrap it up, man. Do you have anything else for this episode?
I think now, like when this gets released, I think the final message, because I think at least for the moment, we'll finally be able to put the buyout talk to rest again till it just stays brewing down deep and then fucking pops back up again. But, as this gets released, to all the people out there, if you did whatever you decided to do, ultimately do what's best for you and your family. And we've said it before and said it again that, obviously we know the buyout package compared to what we make. I feel like that shit, you don't have to bring that up. It's obvious. We've said that. So always just do what you want to do, what's best for you and your family. And however you all decided, just know we all love you. And the cardboard community has always been a fucking special place, and I fucking enjoy it, and I love all you guys. So don't, I know especially me.
Assholes, but that's okay.
There are some assholes.
There's always an asshole in the friend group.
Too big. It's too big of a fucking community not to have a couple assholes. I might be looking at one in the mirror as I'm staring at myself, but no, man. I just, I think much like the last one, it's kind of taken over. So I wanted to have kind of one final thing on it. And I'd say, if anything, we'll probably bring up the numbers once we get the final total of the numbers. But I would say this episode will probably be the fucking
it just seems like there's always new information about something that's related to the buyout. So we have to talk about it.
Oh, 100%.
We have to keep
this one especially.
Like, that's exactly what it is.
This one was, I feel like it was getting more because it being, I don't think, like, I didn't expect it. I didn't think they'd do it. A lot of people did, though. And I was one of the people that didn't. And I think that made it, just because they did it again, that just made the talk of it. I feel like you had said with the last extension, it was like a lot longer. So this one was a way shorter window.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is. But so for everybody that, that's bared with us on the buyout talk, I think this will probably be it for a while, because next week will be
unless
the preview.
Something new comes up. Unless it comes up.
I say that. And next Friday we'll have something to talk about.
I know. Yeah, so thank you everybody for tuning in. Also, real quick before you hit stop. That Saturday, March 28th, when we will all be together, we are actually planning to live stream from the Airbnb where we are. Just us hanging out. I know we got a couple friends coming in from Florida who will be with us as well. First time getting to meet some of them guys, so that's going to be amazing. So yeah, we plan on having a little live stream set up, so you come hang out, and we're going to chat it up with everybody as much as we can as we're all together. So subscribe to that YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok. We'll try to be live everywhere if we can. We'll see if it works out. But it didn't work out for the Christmas live. We'll see if we can get it this time around. Thank you guys so much. Be safe out there. And everybody, I'm Dave. Your co-host Luke, right across the screen there. We'll see you all next week.
Later, everybody.